Okay, so me again. I didn't get an update video yesterday like I wanted to. I actually did make one, but scrapped it, didn't like it. So, yeah, so I worked on the agway. I got it down to bare frame. I already started on it. I cut off the running board for this side, and almost got the other side off, but didn't have any metal cutting blades for the saber saw, and the grinding blade was just out of the question because it just wore down way too fast. So you know, had to stop a little early last night than I wanted to. But yeah, so there's that. Once I get this side panel right here finished up, it's gonna be grinded down smooth, and I have a piece of angle iron. I got a futon frame a while ago, and it was all steel. You've probably seen one before. They all look the same. But I got one for free, picked it up, and never used it. I got a different frame for what I use now, so took it apart, used it for scrap steel, and so I got two really nice pieces of angle off of it and a bunch of tube steel, but it's thin-walled stuff. So yeah, I'll get this side all cleaned up, ground down, and I'll weld on the angle iron, because obviously it's going to need reinforced, because that's what those running boards are for. And yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. Still need to figure out what the hell I'm going to do for steering. Need to lock up my transaxle. Need to figure out the fenders and stuff like that. Need to make the clutch system. All sorts of stuff. So yesterday I pulled this in. It's another agway. It's a little, I want to say older, but I also want to say newer. I don't really care. Either way, I got this and another one that's the same exact model except newer for 40 bucks. Didn't work. And this one's just a shittier one. I've already used the lens off of it for that thing over there. I painted one black for racing, and I have a clear one. But this thing is just fucking terrible. I mean, you know, these fenders, you know, there's nothing to them. The dash is all busted up. Like I said, the motors didn't work on them. It's a little dark. And so I was actually thinking of putting the engine in this frame instead, because then I can just, you know, redo the fenders so I sit lower. It's a little bit lower profile than the other one. It has these running boards that are low right here. Then I could keep my running boards because I can sit on a little bit more comfortably than the other one. But I can use these running boards, and then I can just put pedals on. And it's a little dark, but I can actually put my legs down into a spot where I can actually sit. So, yeah. Seriously thinking about using this body instead, just redoing the fenders here. I'll put a metal dash in instead of that plastic. Still need to figure out how the hell I'm going to put steering on it, because with a go-kart, normally the engine's in the back, obviously, and then it's a lot easier to put the steering in, but being a mower, steering wheel's in the center, steering's all the way up front here. They have all the slop in the steering end. If I do what I'm going to do with that 2.5-inch pulley on the back of that transmission with I think I was going to do around an 8 on this frame, you know, that thing's going to go probably around 40 miles an hour, give or take 5 or 10. But you know, obviously I'm going to want nice tight steering. I'm going to want good brakes, and just so I don't die. So that's something I'm going to consider. I'm going to rip that body down to the bare frame like I did this, and once I do that, I'm going to figure out where I'm going to go. But I think I might actually end up using this body, just because it's going to be a little bit easier to work with, I think. So, yeah, that's that. Not much else to update on. I do need to, like I said, get some cutting blades for the saber saw, some new grinding discs for the grinder, and stuff like that. I also need to figure out my vise. I had to weld it right here because the rod itself like pulled apart. It kind of looked like a curly fry kind of deal. Like the bar broke apart, but the thread was still holding on, which was really weird. Must have tightened something up too tight one day, and it just gave away. So I had to weld it up, and it doesn't close right. So yeah, that's enough for today, I guess. A quick update. Hope to get more up. Like I said, I did have another video of when I was actually tearing this down. I was going to do like a quick, like speedy motion of me tearing the entire thing apart, but you know, I didn't like it. It was really slow. It actually took me around 5 hours to take all of that apart, and even sped up it would have made the video longer than 10 minutes, that's for sure. So yeah, gonna have another video up here in a couple days, hopefully. Update on what I'm gonna do. I'll have my tools already set up and everything like that. So thanks for watching, and like, comments, and subscribe. You don't have to do any of those, but it's nice. So talk to you later.